What's up there, everyone? It's GG Sober Son. March 22nd from the 24 Hours a Day book. AA thought for the day. We're all looking for the power to overcome drinking. When we alcoholics come into AA, our first question is, how do I get the strength to quit? At first, it seems to us that we will never get the necessary strength. We see older members who have found the power we are looking for, but we don't know the process by which they got it. This necessary strength comes in many ways. Have I found all the strength I need? Yes, indeedy. That is basically by admitting that I'm powerless and that my life is unmanageable without a source of power that's greater than me, and that I believe that a power greater than myself can restore me to sanity, even if that power greater than myself is the group of drunks, my GOD. And that is basically step one and step two. And if I keep coming back, then that's step three. Turn my will and my life over to the power of this group of drunks, as I understand the group and my GOD. The other one is the gift of desperation is a GOD. And if I get desperate enough, I'm going to rely on the experts, so to speak. The people who have gone before me. So it doesn't have to be complicated initially. And it doesn't have to be complicated ever. But it will grow. So keep coming back. Meditation for the day. You cannot have a spiritual need that God cannot supply. Your fundamental need is a spiritual need. The need of power to live the good life. The best spiritual supply is received by you when you want it to pass on to other people. You get it largely by giving it away. God gives you strength as you pass it on to another person. That strength means increased health. Increased health means more good work. And more good work means more people helped. And so it goes on. A constant supply to meet all spiritual needs. That's awesome. Definitely, if I'm not passing it on, I won't see where it says in the Family Afterward, the chapter, The Family Afterward, in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, where it says, cling to the thought that in God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have. With it, you have the key to life and happiness for others. And to see that, what it says in the promises, the 9th step promises, that no matter how far down the scale we have gone, we can see how our experience can benefit others. So keep coming back, keep helping others. Don't try to just keep it and say, well, I'm good. I've known people, I've done it myself. I thought I had graduated spiritually from the 12 steps. I thought that was the point. Like AA got me to sober, and then I go live my life. I couldn't understand why people kept going back. And in early recovery, I remember asking a guy who supposedly had 5 or 6 years of sobriety. It's a very sad story, actually. 5 or 6 years of sobriety. I was like, why don't you still keep going to AA? And he goes, I'm sober. Like, I'm sober, you idiot. Why would I keep going back? And I just said, well, for guys like me, new guys. And he just kind of shrugged. Anyway, the guy eventually got kicked out of the Air Force because he was doing some really shady stuff on pills. And so it was a sad story for sure. Prayer for the day. I pray that my every spiritual need will be supplied by God. I pray that I may use the power I receive to help others. That's where it says in the family afterward. In God's hands, the dark past is the greatest possession you have. And I've shared my dark past with people inappropriately in the past. I thought it would help them. I thought it would help them. Rather than being led, I thought it was God's will that I just be an open book with and to everybody. And that's not the case. Each individual situation is dictated by God. Not a general rule of thumb that, yeah, just share everything with everybody. You know, Brené Brown talks about how people have to earn our story. They have to earn the right to hear our story. So if you feel that someone needs to hear it, and you ask God, pause, ask God, is this what it, then give me the words to say. When I open my mouth, give me the words to say, because I've got a long story, and that's what I generally pray actually at the beginning of my shares when given the opportunity to tell my story. I say, God, direct my thinking. You highlight the parts of my story that somebody needs to hear. And I always, as a joke, at the end of the prayer, ask God, I hope it's not too embarrassing. I hope it's not too embarrassing for me. But I know that God can use my embarrassing past, my embarrassing, cringy past, but at any rate, God will supply everything we need to stay sober and to help others. So keep coming back. I love y'all. Look up, aim up, rise up.